Yo, what's good YouTube? It's your boy 6Shot, the 6Shot Gamer Channel. Today I just want to bring you a tutorial guide on all the mechanics that you could use in a Blazblue cross tag battle game. So yeah, and also right now the beta is available for people who pre-order the game. So make sure if you don't got the beta and you want to play the game to pre-order it. And if you don't want to pre-order it, the beta is also available. It's an open beta also available on the 12th. So make sure to check it out. But yeah, like always people, if you enjoyed the video and this video is useful, please smash the like button. Also, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Check out some of the past content. Links to all my social media accounts and stuff like that you can find me at below in the box. But anyways, let's get started. So Blazblue Cross Tag Battle is a 2v2 tag team based game. It spans across 4 different type of games. Well, Ruby's not really a game. Ruby's an anime, and they put characters from the anime into this game. But besides that, it's 3 other games. You got Blazblue, you got Persona 4 Arena, and you have Under Night in Birth, and then you have your Ruby characters. And yeah, this is the character select screen. This is not all the characters in the game. When the game comes out, there will be more characters via DLC, so on and so forth. So another feature that this game has is that you can actually pick the order of how the characters fight before the match actually starts, besides picking them in the select screen. So that's a little cool little feature that this game has that they took from KOF. So real quick, I just want to give you an explanation of the HUD visuals on this game, because there's a whole bunch of stuff on the screen and it could be confusing at first. So the first thing we're going to look at is the health bar. This is self-explanatory. Character reaches 0 health, they're dead, so on and so forth. Next thing we're going to go over is the meter bar. There's a little empty bar right now where the one is at. That's where you do your enhanced moves and your super moves and so on and so forth. Next thing is the tag bar. This long blue bar is your tag bar. And this is how you do tag combos or tag type mechanics. This bar right here has to do with your resonance blaze. There's 4 things to it. And the more boxes you have is the more levels you have to it. So moving on to movement, when you hold forward, you run. So you can either press forward to run, or you just hold forward and you automatically start running. You don't have no walk speed like going forward. You just automatically start running. This is your back dash. You could back dash in this game. You can also back walk. When you back walk, this is what his back walk look like. Another movement option you have is the jumps. Like any other game, especially anime fighters, you have your regular jump, you have your super jump. You have your air dash, you have a back dash, a back air dash. You could double jump and you could jump once and air dash as well. You can't double jump and air dash though. That's one thing about this game you can't do. So a mechanic that's specific to Under Night characters, in their own game, there was no air dashing at all in that game. Though it was a way to maneuver in the air, and the way to maneuver in the air is that you press a button and you will do like a jump hop. So in this game, instead of pressing a button, what you do in this game is just forward, and instead of you having an air dash, you're going to do the jump hop just how you just saw on the screen. But they still have a back dash, a air back dash. But when it comes to moving forward, you have a jump hop, and this is specific to Under Night characters only. So keep that in mind. So right now we're going to go over the button mechanics of the game. So this game is a 5-button layout, and it goes like this. You have your light attacks, you have your medium attacks, you have your heavy attacks, which is a clash attack, and we're going to talk more about that later. You have your tag button. You press this button to switch in characters, and then you have your assist button, and when you use the assist button, your assist character comes out and does an assist move. So when it comes to input directional moves, this game is pretty unique, because this game essentially is just really more so a 2-button attack system most of the time, with light and medium. That's where you're doing most of your stuff from. So when you do your standing light, and almost all the other games, that would be their medium attacks, but in this game it's their light attacks. So if you want the quick hitting light attacks, you have to press back and light button. But some characters don't have this, but other characters do have this. Like Ragnar, his 5A in Blazblue would be back and a light button, and his standing 5A in this game is like his medium attack in Blazblue. So in this game, it's pretty standard when it comes to crouching normals. You got your down lights, You got your down mediums, and you got your down heavy attacks, and your down heavy attacks is universal for everybody. It's always going to do a sweep, just like the standing heavy attack for everybody is always going to do an overhead attack. And when it comes to the air, you got your jump lights, you got your jump mediums, you got your jump heavy attacks, and this is different for every character. This is not universal air-wise. And when you're in the air and you try to call out a tag, you can't tag in the air, so you got to keep that in mind. But you can jump in the air and call out assists, so that you also got to be mindful about that. So another thing about these game mechanics that makes it really, really unique for a tag game is that in other tag games, you have access to assists, and even if you have choices to assist, like Marvel vs. Capcom 3, you can only use one assist during that match. In this game, though, you have access to all 3 assists for a character, right? This game every character has 3 assists, and you can use every single assist however you want during the match. The way to do this is by doing a certain input, and you gain access to a certain assist. So normally, the standard assist button is normally a forward advancing move. But when you press back in the assist, if the character has like an anti-air type of move, they will do that. And if you press forward in the assist, and the character has a projectile type of move, they will do a projectile. But this is not always the case with every single character, but mostly for most of the cast, this is the case. So that's pretty unique that this game has 3 different assists you could use during a fight. So going back to the Clash Attack, the Clash Attack in this game, or the heavy attack, is a universal function that every character could do. And it's an overhead attack that leads to this, and you have to block it standing. Another thing is, when you do down in a Clash Attack or down heavy attack, it's always going to be a universal sweep. So Clash Attack is an overhead, standing Clash Attack is an overhead, down Clash Attack is a universal sweep. So one mechanic that made its way over from the Persona games into this game is the Reversible Action, or the RA attack, or the DP, whatever you want to call it. This move is a invincible just get off me move. Whenever your opponent is attacking you and there's some type of gap in the opponent's strings, you can use this move because it's invincible in startup, and it will just blow through your opponent's attacks. And you can notice what the RA move looks like, because normally it's a DP, but some other characters' moves is not a DP, and it's completely red. Also, this move is very, very unsafe, and if you whiff this move, or if the opponent blocks this move, you're in a counter hit state, so you have to be very aware about that. But everybody's RA action is very different, so some got big hitboxes, some doesn't have that much big hitboxes, so be aware about that. So another mechanic that's in this game that's not normally in a Blazblue game, but it's in Persona and Under Night, is an auto combo mechanic. But in this game, you have 2 auto combos, kind of like Dragon Ball FighterZ. You have the light auto combo, and then you have the medium auto combo. Then you have your special moves. Special moves in this game is pretty simple input wise. You either have quarter circle forward, or 2-3-6, quarter circle back, 2-1-4, or down, which would be 2-2, and an attack button. And you get different types of special moves. And then you have enhanced moves in this game, and you do this by pressing any type of the input that's needed for the enhanced move and the heavy attack or Clash Attack button. Another thing about enhanced moves that you need to know, that it takes away a bar meter. That is the cost to use enhanced move, so keep that in mind. So moving on to super move territory, every single super move in this game has invincibility on startup. So that's pretty good to use as a defensive option. Also, every character in this game has 2 super moves and an Astral Heat. Astral Heat we're going to talk about later on in the video. But to do these super moves, the inputs is simple. It's not like how it was in the other games. To do these super moves, you just do quarter circle forward or quarter circle back, and a medium and a heavy button, and you're going to be able to execute the super move. Also, the super moves in this game takes 2 bars of meters to do, so you have to keep that in mind. The hints is 1 bar meter, and the super moves is 2 bars a meter. So you have to keep that in mind because it's very important. So another thing about this game that's really, really unique is that super moves in this game cannot be canceled from a special move. And that's pretty rare. In Dragon Ball FighterZ, you can do a Kamehameha into a super. In this game, if you do a special move, you cannot cancel into a super move at all normally. You could do it in Resonance Blaze mode, and we're going to talk more about that later. But normally, you cannot cancel a special move into a super move at all in this game unless you're in Resonance Blaze mode. Another thing is that you can't cancel into a super off of the light version of the auto combo at all. No matter what, you cannot cancel into a full auto combo from the light version into a super move, but you can cancel into a super from the medium version of the auto combo. So keep that in mind. Light version, you can't cancel to a super move. Medium version of the auto combo, you can cancel to a super move. So just keep that in mind. So since we just talked about moves that has to do with meter, then we got to talk about how to gain meter in this game. So first, you want to know that the max level of bars to a meter in this game is 5, but this changes in Resonance Blaze mode. We're going to talk about more about that later. Also, to gain meter, you have to just attack or defend against your opponent. Another thing we got to know about the Resonance Blaze mode is that there's a bar that puts up the level of your Resonance Blaze mode. And if they put that bar up, all you have to do is just keep using assist. A good 2 to 3 times, your Resonance Blaze mode bar will go up 1 level. So the more you use it, the more the bars will go up. So it will go from 1. You use another 2 to 3 times, it will go to 2. You use another 2 to 3 times, it will go to 3, and then another again, it will go to 4. And this has to do with anything that has to do with assists. This also includes the overhead clash attack as well. So let's move on to some tag related stuff. So during a assist call, right, you can actually tag in the assists and keep them out on screen just like so. You do this by pressing the assist button, and then once the assist comes on screen, all you gotta do is just press the tag button, and once you press the tag button, it's going to keep your assist on the screen. And this mechanic doesn't take any type of meter or anything at all. You can just keep on doing it however much times you want, but keep in mind this is also unsafe, so just be aware of that. So moving on to something that actually does take meter, and this takes us away from your tag bar. As long as you have at least 50% of your tag bar, you could go into an assist cancel, and you do this by hitting your opponent either hit on block. And when you press the assist button, if you have 50% of the assist bar, your assist is going to come in and hit them with an assist, and you can actually choose between which assist you want to do as well while you're doing this. And you can end up doing assist tag combos just like so. You can also use this mechanic on block to keep pressure up on the opponent, to make unsafe stuff safe, to extend block strings, to cross up your opponent, to mix up your opponent, so on and so forth. As long as you have at least 50% of your tag meter, you're going to be able to do this mechanic. And if you have 100% of your tag meter, then you're going to be able to do this mechanic 2 times in succession. So another mechanic that takes away from your assist or tag meter is the tag assault. And you do this by pressing the assist button, and as the assist comes on the screen before they attack, you press and hold the tag button and the assist button, and you're going to activate tag assault. And you do this by having at least 50 meter of your tag meter. And as long as you have 50 of your tag meter, you're able to do this move. And this reminds me of someone like Marvel 1 style, where you can get to have both characters on the screen and attack your opponent at the same time. And this is pretty good thing to use for trying to mix up your opponent. So another thing about this mechanic is if you hold down the tag button while you're in this state, then your tag partner cannot be hit at all. He's invulnerable. Another thing is if the meter runs all the way down to 0, your tag partner will disappear off the screen. And while when you don't hold the tag button, then your tag partner gets to attack freely. But if your tag partner gets hit, then the tag assault is automatically over. So moving on to some defensive mechanics in this game. So this game has a push block mechanic, and it takes away 1 bar meter. And to do this, you have to be in block stun, and you press back in the light and tag button, and it's going to push your opponent back out. And like I said, you need 1 bar of meter to do this. It's not like Marvel where you keep on doing it over and over. But you gotta be careful not to spam it, because if you keep on pressing the button, your light and your tag button is also your R8 action button. So a situation like how you just saw could happen when you push block. So make sure you only press it 1 time. There's no need to spam the push block at all, because if you spam it, you're going to get punished. So another defensive mechanic that's very, very important in this game is the burst. It's the cross burst. The cross burst is a burst system type mechanic, a combo breaker, which takes away a setup from your regular meter. It takes away from your tag meter. And you do this by pressing the assist and tag button at the same time while you're blocking or getting hit by opponent's attacks. And it's going to force tag in your tag partner. And you could do this move as long as you have 100% tag meter and your tag partner is available to you. As long as you have 100% meter and your tag partner is available to you, you could do this move as many times as you want during a match. It's not a limit like how it was in Blazblue and Persona, how many times you can do this during a match. So you gotta keep that in mind. And this is a very, very important mechanic that you must use whenever you have to. So let's talk a little about the tag. Tag in this game switches in very quickly. And you don't gotta hold the button or anything like that. You automatically tag in very fast. So that's one good thing. It's very responsive when you press the button. Another thing is that you cannot tag in the air at all. So you gotta keep that in mind. So another thing is when you get hit, right, you gain red health in this game, right? So the only way to recover your red health is to tag in your partner. So once you tag in your partner, as you can see on the screen, your green health, you start to recover your red health, and your red health is starting to become green health. Now you can tag in your Ragnar player, and unlike Dragon Ball Fighters, if you tag in a character, you lose your blue health, and that's automatically where your health is at. But in this game, you could tag in a character red health and then tag them back out, and they still recover their red health. So that's pretty good about this game. Another thing about tagging in this game is not safe at all up close. You can be hit while you're tagging, so you got to be very, very careful when you're making your tags in this game. Even though it's quick, it's not safe. So let's talk about throws and grabs real quick. So this game has throws just like any other fighting game, because throws is important to fighting game. And you have a back throw and a neutral throw. And when you try to you tech throws by just pressing the throw button at the same exact time as you're being grabbed. Now, but with this game, when you're far away and you press the grab button, they're gonna run to the opponent and grab the opponent. And I believe that's new. It's definitely not in Blazblue, and it's not Persona, and I do not think it's in Untitled and Birth at all. Another thing in this game, like all the other games, is that you could combo after your throws. So also keep that in mind. So throws is a good way to open up your opponent. So what happens when you kill an opponent in this game? So when you kill an opponent in this game, the incoming opponent automatically comes into the fight with an attack. And it doesn't take that much damage, but if you have a little bit of health left, it will kill you. So you gotta be aware about that. Also, the incoming opponent who attacks you is also safe as well. So you also gotta keep that in mind. You can also avoid the incoming attacks by like back dashing or forward dashing, so that's a good thing as well. So next we're going to talk about Resonance Blaze mode. So Resonance Blaze mode is the combat mechanic in Blazblue Cross Tag, and it's not that strong of a combat mechanic, but it is pretty good. So in Resonance Blaze mode, you activate this by having one of your characters dead, and then you have a big indication on screen, and once you press the assist button, you're going to have 15 seconds of Resonance Blade mode. And during these 15 seconds of Resonance Blade mode, you gain access to a couple new perks. One of the perks is that you can actually cancel your special moves into supers now. Normally, when you're not in Resonance Blade mode, you can't cancel specials into supers. But now, when you're in Resonance Blade mode, you can cancel normals into supers. So that's really, really good. Another thing about Resonance Blaze mode, that you can activate Resonance Blade mode in the air or in the ground. So it doesn't matter where you activate Resonance Blade mode at. Another thing is that normally your normal attacks does not do chip damage. The only thing that does chip damage is special moves. But in Resonance Blaze mode, that doesn't matter. You could do chip damage with normals or special moves. It does not matter at all. And depending on the level of chip damage, the level of your Resonance Blaze is how much chip damage you do. Another thing about Resonance Blaze mode is that your meter is automatically building up in Resonance Blaze. So keep that in mind as well. So one more thing I want to add about Resonance Blaze is that earlier I was talking about whenever you use the assist, it puts up the level of your Resonance Blaze. So that's very important because the level of your Resonance Blaze changes the effect of your Resonance Blaze. So on level 1 Resonance Blaze, you do the least amount of chip damage, your meter builds the slowest, and you only get one more extra bar of meter. Normally you have 5 bars of meter, but on level 1 Resonance Blaze you gain access to 6 bars of meter. And in level 2 Resonance Blaze, you do a little bit more chip damage than level 1. Your meter builds faster than level 1, and then you get 7 bars of meter instead of having 6 bars of meter. And level 3, you do a little bit more chip damage. Your meter builds up faster than the other 2, and you get access to 8 bars of meter instead of 7 bars of meter. And in level 4, it does the same thing. It always goes up. Your meter builds the fastest, you do the most chip damage, and you gain access to 9 bars of meter. And this is very important because this is how you do the Astral Heat. So moving on to Astral Heat. Astral Heat is your instant kill super. Every single character in this game has an instant kill super, but you need a certain amount of requirements to get the instant kill. So one of the requirements is you need level 4 Resonance Blaze and 9 bars of meter. Another thing is you need your Resonance Blaze. That's automatic. So one of your characters has to be dead. Another thing is your opponent character, one of their characters has to be dead as well. And you do this by pressing down, 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 and the medium and the heavy attack button, and then you're going to activate Astral Heat. Keep in mind that this move is not unblockable. You could definitely block this move, so just be aware about that. So yeah, folks, that's the end of the road for this video. BlazeBlue Cross Tab Mechanics Guide. Hopefully you was able to learn something new today. If you was able to learn something new, please smash the like button. Also, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Check out some of the past content. I will be doing more content on this game when this game come out, so stay tuned for that. Also, link in the box below to all my social media accounts, so make sure you go check me out on those. Also, make sure to check out my podcast. First episode came out last week, is out right now. So make sure you check out the podcast. Give me some feedback on that. But anyways, hopefully you have a nice day. Peace.